Hi and welcome back. My name is Missy. Thank you all so much that have subscribed to me lately. I appreciate it so much. And if you're just new running across me, I hope you like my video. And if you do, I hope you subscribe, like, comment, all of those three above, and I would greatly appreciate that a lot. Today we're going to be making Lazy Man's cabbage rolls. We're not going to roll anything. This recipe I got from my bonus mom, Miss Anna. She's another one that's gone now, but today I was just thinking of her, and I had all the stuff to make it, so why not? So that's what we're going to do. So I'm going to get you guys turned around, and we're going to start cooking. Okay, I'm back, guys. Had a little technical difficulty, but in this pan right here, all I'm doing is browning up about a pound of hamburger, and it already melted. I put in about a quarter of a stick of butter. Now, like I said, I got this recipe from Miss Anna, and at this point she would have put in a whole stick of butter, but we're not going to do that. That's a little too much. We're going to use a lot of butter, but we're not going to use as much as she did. So we're just browning this up. I'm going to turn it up a little bit here, get it all nice and brown. And what we're going to need for this recipe is, I took about a half of a large cabbage, and I got it all kind of shredded up. Again, I try to do my things as thin as possible, small. I don't like to bite into big, huge chunks of anything. So that, I took my time and got that all done. What I'm going to add to this recipe, which Miss Anna did not, because I like the taste of cabbage and onions together, I'm going to add a couple slices of onions in this. That's totally your preference. And then I'm going to add about a teaspoon of garlic. I'm still waiting for that to brown. A little bit of salt and pepper. In the back over here, I got some water ready for rice. Now, you can mix the rice right in after you've drained the hamburger, well, after your cabbage is, started it wilted down, excuse me. I just like to have it, I put in a bowl, I put my rice, then I put the other components. You can do it any way you like. And we're going to add about half a can of these whole tomatoes. We want the juice from it, but then we're going to smash up the tomatoes. I've also done it with the already, like a crushed tomato already. I've done it with the small, petite tomatoes. Whatever you have on hand. Alright, this is not 100% browned, but I'm going to drain it. It's going to keep on cooking. So I'll be right back. I'm just going to drain off my grease. Okay, so we got the grease all drained off. We're going to add in our cabbage. And this seems like an awful lot of cabbage, but it's going to wilt down to at least half of this. I had out my bigger pan, but I could not get the camera to focus in on it. So we went down a size. So we might have to let this wilt a little bit and add the rest, but we'll see. Now, we got it all in. So at this point, we're going to add in a little bit more salt, some more black pepper, a few more slabs of that butter, I am using unsalted butter. In the original recipe, at this point, Miss Anna would have put in another whole stick, so we're using one stick to her two. But her parents were from Poland, and this is how they, over the years, had adjusted this recipe, I guess. But I always had it when I was a little girl, and then thankfully, probably about 10 years ago or something, I had her teach me how to make it regardless. I don't know how many years ago it was. And I am so lucky I did, because I do like to eat it, and I wouldn't have known how to make it. So we're just going to kind of move the meat around in here and get everybody in the pot all mixed up. I'm going to get my water for my rice turned on. Because once this is starts to wilt down, it's going to come together real quick. And plus, my husband's not going to eat this, and I got some food going on for him. So I want to get that taken care of. He's going to have mashed potatoes and hamburgers. And his potatoes are just about done. Open up my can opener while I got the drawer open. And that's really what we're going to keep doing with this. We're just going to kind of keep moving it around. Let everybody get blended. Now this meal right here, I just kind of estimated. So we got, $2 for the can of tomatoes. The cabbage was probably about $1.89. I used half of it. My rice, I'm going to use probably 80 cents worth of rice. Hamburger, about $3 worth. So we got 3, 5, 6. The butter is going to be, we'll add on another $1. It's $7. And the onions and a little bit of garlic. Not even a whole onion. And a teaspoon of garlic. And our salt and pepper. So, under $9 anyways. Probably a little bit less than that, but we'll go up to $9. Now, as you can see, this can feed quite a few people. This will last me a few days in the refrigerator. I may send some over to either my neighbor or my sister-in-law. We'll see which one gets it. But it's got all the components of your cabbage rolls, but you just don't, you don't bake it. And you don't have to, try to roll up all this mixture into the rice and the hamburger and the sauce into your cabbage. And it tastes the same as a cabbage roll. And it smells delicious. The butter really enhances the flavor of everything. And even though I've cut it because, as I said before, I have a couple of medical issues. Miss Anna lived to be in her 80s. And she didn't even have half the problems I have, so. And this is something she made quite frequently. Okay. So I'm going to keep letting this go. I'll be back in a little bit. I'm just going to drain the potatoes and get them mashed up for him. And I shall be back in a minute. Sorry about that. All right, so this is starting to stick a little bit. So I'm going to go in now with our tomatoes. Like I said, I'm probably only going to use about a half of this can. I am not a big fan of sauce. You need it, but I don't need that much. You use as much as you like. and everybody. Turn this down a little bit. Now at this point, Miss Anna would just go in with her hands and break up those tomatoes. But we're not going to do that. We're just going to kind of smush them up a little bit this way, break them up. Break them up a little bit. As soon as you break them, that sauce comes pouring out inside of these tomatoes also. This is right up. All right, let me see where I'm at, see if I have to add more. Jump ship there. Flying everywhere. Okay. I don't really want to add. Let me get a knife real quick. I don't want big chunks of everything. You guys know that. I'm just cutting these up a little bit. Alright, I am going to need a little bit more sauce, so I'm going to go look in the cupboard and see if I just get a small can of regular tomato sauce. Okay, I do got a small one, so that's great. So now we're up to $10. If you were to add this whole can of tomatoes, probably wouldn't need this, but I did not, so this is how I'm going to have to do it. So here we go. We're going to add a can of that. And while I was getting his lunch, supper, whatever, dinner together, I poured my rice in, so that'll be ready when this is done. And this really only needs maybe 5 more minutes. I just want to get everybody all mixed up with the sauce now. And if you like more sauce, add more sauce. This is just how I like to have it. But it smells delicious. Because we added another ingredient though, we are going to add, let me just take a little bite of it first before I tell you to add something else. No, I'm not going to add anything. I'll put a little bit of pepper when I serve myself. Alright, I'm just checking his hamburgers here. I made the little one for the dog, so we'll take his out. His is done. So we're just going to let this kind of simmer for about 5 minutes. I am going to add about another quarter stick of butter. So we'll let that melt down. Just going to check my rice. I'm going to have him come grab his meal, his lunch, and by the time he's done getting his all together, this will be done, and I will plate it up for you. And then I'm going to sit down and enjoy mine. But this looks so delicious. I haven't made it in a long time. Okay, so we'll be back. Alright guys, here's my finished plate. This is going to taste so good. Like I said, I haven't had it in such a while. I haven't made it in a couple years. I forget about it sometimes. But here it is, all done. And like I said, if you want more sauce in there, add more sauce. Some people put cheese in there. I'm not. That's deferring way too much for the recipe for me. I added a little bit of pepper to my plate. I'm probably going to add a little bit more butter, but that'll be it. So, again, thank you guys so much for taking the time to watch this. And if you're new, subscribe, like, leave me a comment. Anything you like, that would be awesome. So I'm just going to show you today's little, it's not a quote, it's a verse from the Bible. So here's this. And everyone who has this hope in him purifies himself just as he is pure. 1 John 3:3. So God bless you all. Thank you for watching, and have a great weekend.